Alright, so this is getting ready for Red Banks for the walleye trip that we have coming up in April for Wisconsin Womenfish. There's been a lot of questions about what do I need. So to get going here, we can make it really simple, and the real simple part is go there and purchase the rigs and lures either at Bob's at the resort, or we can go to on Chris's on the corner before you come into Red Banks, and I'll post a picture here shortly what that place looks like. But right now, kind of what we're looking at. So the pre-made and pre-designed Wolf River rigs that you'll need for the weekend are all this right here. They come all pre-rigged with everything you need, and I suggest if you've never been there before and haven't done this before, you're probably better off just buying these, and they run about a buck and a half, depends which way you go. They got floating jig heads you can get with the weights and the three-way. I found these, oh gosh, somewhere for 99 cents and picked up a few. Don't find these too often at this price, but you know, if you're smart going forward here in the fishing season and you go into bait shops or some places, you can pick these up for fairly cheap. Pretty straightforward. This has a gold hook, weight, three-way, swivel, and the line, and it's pretty darn simple. And then you got the hair flies here, where you got a fly, you got the weight, three-way, and a snap swivel. So a lot of different colors you can get. I believe purple and red work quite well down there. And the other thing that's kind of different sometimes, and this is very heavy, but if you got real strong currents, you'll see these coin weights. Fleet Farm I know has them. They get pretty much picked over in the fall, or not the fall, but this time of year. But if you see these, pick these up, ounce, 2 ounce. You just never know. It's probably a good thing to have a variety, never knowing the current. And then the other thing, you can buy loose jigs, all different sizes and colors, different weights, and you can get yourself a Plano box and get set up this way. You know, you can go as tiny as 1/8 ounce and all the way up to ounce, 1/4 ounce, you name it. What works? That's the fun of it. You got to figure it out there. Now, Chris's bait shop in Fremont will give us jigs for 35 cents a piece. If we walk in there and tell him you belong to Wisconsin Womenfish, he'll give these for 35 cents a piece. He's got a whole wall full of stuff. Go in there to ask him, you know, what you need. He'll set you up, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. So the other thing, once you do this, is that you fish for a day and you change stuff out. What do I do with all this loose line? Because it can get pretty unwieldy by having a line and a weight and everything crazy. So you get one of these pool noodles and you put a splice down the center of it, and then what you do is you tuck the weight in there and wrap the lure around there, and then dig the hook into the side, and you can pretty much contain this thing. So you can travel, put this in your bag. Sometimes I wrap this with tin foil to protect myself, or put it wherever I put it so I don't hook myself later if one of these hooks comes off. But these are great, 99 cents. Cut them in half. They cut really easy with the scissors, and it's a great way to keep all the stuff really in your bag. But inside my box here, I got different size weights. I got football weights, maybe not so much needed for this trip. I got curve weights, you name it. You go through it pretty crazy. And here's all the pretty colors you can get. Inside here I got ties and some plastics. Plastics work too. But you can see in here I got all kinds of stuff. And it always seems that when you get out in the water you don't have the right stuff. But I'm sure your buddy will help you, because everybody's got this stuff in their tackle box. So if you're just starting out, I get yourself a planer box, put them in little corners here, take these little dividers and divide it all up, start getting yourself some different size weights and colors, start building your library, and then also pick up some of these. And I think these run about a buck and a half, no more than 2. Depends where you're at, but you know, like I said, if you don't have a clue, you don't know what you're gonna do, come on up to Red Banks. Bob has them there. He'll set you up, and you'll figure this out, because it's not a science, but that's part of the fun. You got to figure out what works. So hope this helps, and I'll post some more later.